Tutankhamun, one of the most famous pharaohs of all time, was actually a minor figure in ancient Egyptian history. However, his fame is not due to great achievements or victorious wars, as is the case with many other pharaohs, but rather for other historically significant reasons. The most notable of these is the discovery of his tomb and treasures, which were found completely intact, without any damage or theft. Additionally, the mystery surrounding his death has fascinated many, as the premature death of a pharaoh at such a young age was considered unusual. This mystery deepened with the discovery of fractures in his thigh bone and skull, as well as the fact that his vizier married his widow and declared himself pharaoh after Tutankhamun's death. These puzzling events, along with the widespread use of the curse of the pharaoh's legend, popularized through films and video games, have made Tutankhamun the most famous pharaoh associated with mysteries and unanswered questions. Today we embark on a quick journey into the life of the young pharaoh. Don't forget to support us, my friend. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. King Tutankhamun was born in 1341 BC and was originally named Tutankhaten, meaning the living image of Aten. After ascending to the throne, the young king changed his name to Tutankhamun. He was the son of Akhenaten, also known as Amenhotep IV, and his mother was Kia, Akhenaten's second wife. At the time of his birth, ancient Egypt was undergoing significant social and political turmoil. His father had banned the worship of many traditional gods, enforcing the monotheistic worship of a single deity, Aten, the sun god. This religious shift plunged Egyptian society into chaos. As the struggle for power between the old and new beliefs intensified, Akhenaten was eventually forced to abdicate after a 17-year reign. Shortly after, Tutankhamun, at just 9 years old, ascended to the throne following the death of his brother Smenkhkare. He was left without any family members, as they had mysteriously disappeared, except for his sister, who remained the only surviving relative. Since Tutankhamun was only 9 years old when he ascended to the throne, his early years as king were dominated by a powerful elder statesman named Ai, who held the title of vizier. He was assisted by Horemheb, the most prominent military commander in Egypt at the time. Due to the boy king's young age, it would have been impossible for him to suddenly renounce the religion established by his father, Akhenaten. It appears that he was pressured into doing so by the priests of Amun, with his vizier playing a key role in orchestrating the religious shift. As part of this change, the young pharaoh's name was altered from Tutankhaten to Tutankhamun, meaning the living image of Amun. The royal court was then moved back to Thebes. After taking the throne, Tutankhamun married his half-sister, the daughter of Queen Nefertiti. Marriages between siblings were common among Egyptian royalty, as they were believed to preserve the purity of the royal bloodline and maintain the legitimacy of the throne. Additionally, it was thought that the king and queen were divine beings, and since the gods themselves were often depicted as marrying their siblings, it was considered natural for pharaohs to do the same. However, this practice was not widespread among the general population. The treasures found in Tutankhamun's tomb suggest that he lived a life of luxury and affection with his wife. Some evidence indicates that their relationship was based on love from an early age. It is believed that the couple had 2 daughters, both of whom were likely stillborn. Unlike the period of political neglect under Akhenaten's rule, Tutankhamun sought to restore and strengthen Egypt's foreign relations with its neighbors. There is some evidence suggesting that Tutankhamun's diplomacy was successful. During his reign, battles took place between Egypt, the Nubians, and Asiatic forces. The young king managed to secure control over trade routes and received military training. Some evidence indicates that he was skilled in archery. He also sought to restore the old religious order, hoping that the gods would once again favor him. Most of what is known about Tutankhamun today comes from the discovery of his tomb in 1922 by British archaeologist Howard Carter. A widely held belief suggests that his death was not due to natural causes, but was, in fact, the result of an assassination, allegedly orchestrated by his vizier. Supporters of this theory cite various pieces of evidence, such as the vizier's marriage to Tutankhamun's widow. A royal seal bearing the names of Ai and Ankhesenamun, the young pharaoh's widow, has been found. Additionally, a letter was discovered in which the queen pleaded with the Hittite king to send one of his sons to marry her after her husband's death. The Hittite king agreed and sent his son, but the prince was killed before reaching Egypt. Many believe that this assassination was orchestrated by Ai, who was likely plotting to seize the throne. It is suspected that he not only murdered Tutankhamun, but also arranged the death of the Hittite prince. Evidence also suggests that Ankhesenamun later married Ai before vanishing from historical records. However, these remain theories with no definitive proof. Archaeological evidence suggests that, after Tutankhamun's death, Ai ruled for a brief period before being succeeded by Horemheb, the second vizier. During Horemheb's reign, most records of Tutankhamun and Ai were deliberately erased. Research also indicates that Tutankhamun may have died from gangrene caused by an infected leg fracture. Early investigations suggested that fragments of bone in Tutankhamun's skull indicated he had died from a blow to the head, possibly at the hands of political rivals. However, in 2006, researchers discovered that the skull damage occurred post-mortem, likely due to the handling of his mummy. A separate study conducted in 2010 concluded that Tutankhamun had suffered from malaria, which worsened his leg injury and accelerated his death. The most significant artifact found in his tomb was the stone sarcophagus containing 3 nested coffins, with the final one crafted entirely from gold. When the lid of the 3rd coffin was lifted, the well-preserved mummy of Tutankhamun, intact for over 3,000 years, was revealed. As archaeologists examined the mummy, they found various burial treasures, including bracelets and rings. The young pharaoh was adorned with necklaces, rings, a crown, and ceremonial staffs, all made of pure gold. The importance of Tutankhamun's burial collection lies in several factors. Most notably, it is the most complete royal treasure ever discovered, unparalleled in history. The collection consists of 358 artifacts, including the magnificent golden mask, 3 anthropoid coffins, 1 made of solid gold and 2 gilded wooden coffins, and the only surviving royal throne from ancient Egyptian civilization. For years after Howard Carter's discovery, no ruler gained as much global fame as the young Egyptian pharaoh. Once a minor footnote in history, Tutankhamun became the subject of worldwide fascination. Women wore snake-shaped bracelets and dresses inspired by his golden burial mask. This craze, known as Tutmania, swept the world, inspiring films, songs, and fashion trends, all influenced by the remarkable figure of the boy king and the breathtaking treasures of his tomb. Don't forget to support us, my friend. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video.